Hey everyone, this is how you build a memory palace. A memory palace should be a location that you know really well. This is why most people choose their childhood homes to be their very first memory palace, because it's the easiest way to get to know how the system works, how the memory palace system works. So once you have your childhood home in mind, I want you to break it down into areas. So for example, if you grew up in a home where you had a driveway, I want your first area to be the foot of the driveway, the second area to be the car in the driveway or the empty driveway or whatever you kept in the driveway, and the third area is the front door, the fourth area is whatever room the front door opens into, and etc, 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 until you've traversed your entire childhood home. If your childhood home was an apartment building, then exact same thing, except area 1 would maybe be the lobby, area 2 would be the elevator, area 3 the front door, and then everything else the same. So once you really have these areas mapped out, I want you to practice walking through them. So practice starting at the foot of the driveway, walking up into the door, opening the door, going into the first area, and then what route do you take within the house. Once you have that down, then you're gonna insert slots. So once you're in each area, in your mind, in your mind's eye, I want you to look around and see what objects are around that you could interact with in your imagination, that you could put objects on top of, have items in the room interact with the new items you're inserting into those slots, the items that you're trying to remember. So for example, we will use the driveway home as our example. So area 1 of the driveway home is the foot of the driveway. Now if you are memorizing a shopping list and the first item on your list is beef, then what you'd want to do is insert that into the slot in area 1. Now a good slot for a driveway area is the sidewalk, and you could have the beef sizzling on the sidewalk because it's a really hot day and it's starting to cook, and that would be where you put, which slot you put the item in for area 1. At area 2 you could have, if your second item you need to remember on your shopping list was eggs, then area 2 could be the eggs are rolling down the driveway and they break against the concrete, or they're unbalanced. They're unbalanced on the car, on the hood of the car, and they're falling off the car and breaking onto the driveway. So again, something, the images should be inventive and absurd and ridiculous, because that will help you remember them. And then once you get more comfortable with the system and you're remembering more and more things, you're memorizing more and more complicated things, you're going to have to need to insert more slots into each area. So for example, the foot of the driveway, if you're memorizing the first 100 digits of pi, for example, the foot of the driveway may have 10 different slots that you're inserting items into to remember. And we can get more into that later, but basically you would have to have those items be more interactive with each other so that each area has its own little story of how the items are interacting before you move on to the next area. So that's it for today. Have a good one. Okay, bye.